guys? Welcome back to the Laker family, where the Lakers just defeated the Trailblazers 128 to 120. I'm very happy that we were able to get off the snide this 4-game losing streak that we were currently on. It was a very depressing streak to go through because of the amount of talent that we have on this team and the untapped potential that we still haven't seen yet with this team. And there was no reason for us to have been losing 4 in a row like that. But I'm very happy that we were able to get back on the winning column against this Portland Trailblazer team. It's not the Portland Trailblazers of old. It's not even the Trailblazers of last year up until this point. But they still fought us tough this game. The only thing I didn't like was we keep giving up these leads. I think we had like another 14-point lead, and it was in the second quarter we had another 14-point lead. And we kind of just squander these leads like quickly. They evaporate like that. And so I don't know if we need to call quicker timeouts during those spans or do a right substitution or something. Because we got to learn how to either expand upon those leads or at least maintain that lead. But other than that, I was proud of the efforts from our three studs now, because Kuzma has looked to find his way now. So I'm including him in that category with us now, with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. That trio, they played well tonight. The bench showed up tonight. The only thing I wish for the bench is consistency. I wish for more consistency from the bench. I get a little bit agitated about the bench because I know the potential that we have. It's not. I hear some people say that we have no bench or our bench is trash. No, I wouldn't say that. It's almost like they kind of pick their spots or their games to play, or it might be 1 or 2 people off the bench that decides to play one night, and then the rest of the guys take the night off, and then it kind of just flip flops. We never can get a stretch of games where the bench just looks like they all gel together. Tonight. I loved what I seen from the bench, man. Dwight Howard, 11 points, 4 blocks. Rondo showed up again, and I'm gonna use the word consistency again with Rondo. That's what I want from Rondo, because he started off the year hot, and he kind of tailed off a bit. We really depend on Rondo heavily to be consistent, because he's the only other option we have other than LeBron James to help us run our offense and get into our sets. So he's the only lifeline of a point guard to relieve LeBron of so much duty on offense. So keep that up, Rondo. Caldwell Pope. The man has been on a stretch. Caldwell Pope has been on a tear like I've never seen before. Like at the beginning of the season, I told y'all he had been on the longest poor play that I had seen since he'd been in a Laker uniform. But he ever since he flipped that switch, and I guess he heard people talking about him, he hasn't looked back. Caldwell Pope has not looked back. He's been a completely changed man, and I appreciate it. I appreciate him, a player that can still hold his head up during a turbulent storm like that, and to come back and just completely play unbelievable. I love the story of Caldwell Pope up until this point right now, how he's just turned everything around. That guy hit some clutch shots tonight, especially in the fourth quarter. He hit some big clutch shots in the fourth quarter to help us go ahead and kind of seal that win. Him and Anthony Davis had a couple of clutch shots that fourth quarter. Caruso, a better night. That's another player that I need to see more consistency from. He had 9 points. Dudley only had 1 minute, played 1 minute. And Kyle Kuzma, again, carried the bench again with 24 points, 3 3-pointers, 4 rebounds. He started out scorching hot. He had 20 points before the half. And the only thing I wish that they could, like when Kuzma starts off these games hot like this, I wish the coaching staff could find a way to keep him in rhythm. Because when he came out second half, he only had 4 points. So something's wrong with that picture of you can't get a guy that's that scorching hot, drop 20 points in the first half. You can't keep him in rhythm or find some set plays for this guy, get him open, something. Keep him warm. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him cool off like that. LeBron James, 21 points, almost had a triple-double, 16 assists. That's the biggest stat of the night for LeBron James. 16 assists, 7 rebounds. There was a play when he stole the ball early in the second quarter, and he went coast to coast, and I thought he was finna tear that rim down. Somebody was hawking him down, but it wasn't like a shot blocker hawking him down. And he went up, I think it was Tolliver, trying to hawk him down. And he had enough space to get up and just tear that rim down. 3 years ago, LeBron would have absolutely murdered and destroyed that rim. But those are the subtle glimpses of Father Time knocking at the door. And that's okay. That's okay. When you're 34 years old and you're still able to play at this level, it's an amazing feat in itself. But and he's aging gracefully. He's aging gracefully better than any superstar I've ever seen before. And so that's not a knock against LeBron. But there's times where Father Time is going to either show you signs, Father Time is going to show you glimpses, and then there's times where Father Time is going to not even give you a clue in the world, and you just fall off a cliff. Because the reason why I say it's just little snippets, it's just little glimpses in there, because he turned around and had the most athletic play I didn't seen probably this season from him. The way he chased, he had did the chase down block, and the distance that he had to cover to get that chase down block. It was like emphatically the way he blocked that ball, and I was like, oh snap, that looked like a 23-year-old LeBron with that one. So he's going to have moments of brilliance, and then he's going to have a little snippet glimpses in there of Father Time doing this. That's okay, but it's something there to not have you guys all in a frenzy when it does come, because if you pay attention real closely, you can kind of catch those signs. So that's why I still feel like him and Anthony Davis, to be honest, I feel like both of them still need load management here and there. We have a stretch of easier games coming up. We have to turn around and play a tough team tomorrow, the Dallas Mavericks. So I doubt that they try to sit any of those guys tomorrow. They want to probably send another statement and put Luka Doncic back in his place. But we still need to be smart about load managing our guys, because you want to be able to have LeBron and Anthony Davis explode in the playoffs. By the time the playoffs get here, we don't want to wear these guys out unnecessarily. Anthony Davis, he didn't have the best of his games, and for him not to even have the best of his games, he still ended up with 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Talk about still filling up the stat sheet and producing even on a relatively poor shooting night. He shot 7 for 16. So that's amazing itself that he's still able to be that effective even on not a well enough shooting night. Danny Green, 3 points, 1 for 6. Skip to the next person. I don't even want to stay on there too long. Bradley had a slightly better game from what he's been having since the neck injury he had. 8 points. He shot 4 for 9 from the field. 0 for 3 from the 3-point range. Now, I still feel like we corrected one area as far as the turnovers. We only had 9 turnovers, and that's one of the biggest things that I hate, that we were just carelessly just turning the ball away, and especially on the road, just throwing the ball away. But tonight we controlled that, only 9. The 3-pointers, we didn't shoot terribly like trash. We shot 32%, but I still feel like we're taking way too many threes. 11 for 32. We shot 34% from 3-point range, but we took 32 threes, only made 11 of them. Guys, we are not the Warriors, the Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Why are we pulling so many threes? And that's part of the reason why teams are able to kind of creep back into the game with us, because we just we get a lead and then we just fall into this mode of security that we can just we either feel like we can just completely just finish the game by pulling threes, or we just get complacent and not attack enough. So that's the only thing I feel like we need to work on, especially against these tougher teams. We got away with it because it's just the Blazers, and the Blazers haven't been themselves. So we got to work on that. I felt like we played well defensively in spurts and against a lot of the Trailblazers. The only one that really kind of got off was Lillard, and he did get a lot of foul calls. I've never seen Lillard get that many free throws. It was like 13 for 14 on free throws for Lillard. We were still able to overcome that. Whiteside has kind of gave us some trouble. He's having a bounce back year. I give kudos to the guy for resurrecting his career in Portland. He kind of bothered us a little bit. He had like 4 blocks. The guy was a monster tonight. I got to give him credit where credit is due. He had 19 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 blocks. So, yeah, he was beastly for them. But with all that, we still overcame all that, and we hit clutch shots and took care of business when we needed to. So let's continue to sharpen our knives, sharpen our tools, and correct those different mistakes, especially against the Luka Doncic led Mavericks tomorrow. He just came off a ridiculous scoring night. Overall, he just destroyed the Warriors. Yeah, it was the Warriors, but still, it was a dominant performance by Luka Doncic. So we have to do what we can to keep him in check for tomorrow. I think I've covered the bulk of everything. And as always, thank y'all for watching and rocking with me. If y'all would like to be a part of the Laker family, y'all know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.